Hello everyone, welcome back to Kachi Pakki Padai. So today we are going to study theory of multiple intelligences. The theory of multiple intelligences was given by Howard Gardner, in which there are 8 types of multiple intelligences. All these intelligences are independent of each other. That means nothing is related over here. So when we talk, according to him, intelligence is not a single entity, rather a distinctive type of intelligence exists. So here he's talking about that there is no single type of intelligence, but yes, there are different categories of intelligences, right? This means that if a person exhibits one type of intelligence, it is not necessary that he or she should indicate another type of intelligence. For example, a person who is a very good writer, it is not necessary that he or she is going to be a very good dancer as well. So here we talk about 8 types of multiple intelligences, which are uh, firstly, I like to tell you verbally about what kind of multiple intelligence we are going to talk about. So the number one is linguistic. Second is logical, mathematical. So after that, when we talk about there is spatial, then we talk about musical, bodily, kinesthetic, interpersonal, intrapersonal, and naturalistic. When we talk about linguistic intelligence, these are the skills which are involved in the production and use of language. It is the capacity to use language fluently and flexibly to express one's thinking and understand others. Persons high on this intelligence are word smart, that is, they are sensitive to different shades of word, meaning are articulate and can create linguistic images in their mind. Poets and writers are very strong in this component of intelligence. So basically, linguistic is everything which is related to language. A person with a very good vocabulary will fall into this category. People who are very high on this category are known as word smart. That is, they are sensitive to different shades of word meanings and they can create linguistic images on their minds. Poets and writers are very strong on this component. Then we talk about logical mathematical. When we talk about logical mathematical, we talk about scientific thinking and problem solving. People high on this level of intelligence are logical and they are critical. Critical means they can easily analyze a situation. They engage in abstract reasoning and can manipulate symbols. They can manipulate like board mass and everything. They can easily just see the question and write down the answers. For example, we all know about Shakuntala Devi, right? So scientists and Nobel Prize winners are likely to be very strong on this component. Then we talk about spatial. Spatial are the skills which are used in forming visual images and patterns. We can transform mental images over here, we can form, we can use. The person high on this intelligence can easily represent, for example, pilots, sailors, sculptors, painters. Firstly, they visualize things and then they draw it out, right? So these are the person who are very good in special skills, right? Then we talk about musical. Musical is sensitivity to musical rhythms and patterns. It is the capacity to produce, create, and manipulate musical patterns. Person high on this intelligence are very sensitive to sounds and vibrations and in creating new patterns of sounds. So a person like music directors, for example, if you talk about Anu Malik, if you talk about Salim Suleiman, if you talk about any other XYZ singer like Arman Malik, Arjit Singh, whosoever is your favorite, do write it down in the comment section so that I become aware of it, and next time I can give those examples as well. So these all are very high in musical intelligence, right? They know what kind of sort of tal they are using, when they have to use higher notes, when they have to use lower notes, and everything, right? So people high on this level of intelligence are generally the music directors, musicians, and everyone. Then we talk about bodily kinesthetic. This means that using whole or portions of the body flexibly and creatively. This consists of use of the whole body or portions of it for display or construction of products and problem solving. Athletes, dancers, actors, sportspersons, gymnasts, and surgeons are likely to have such kind of intelligence. So basically, when we talk about bodily anesthetic, a person who is flexibly able to use his or her body falls under this category, right? For example, we say na ki, the, this person has a very flexible body. Look at the moves. So these are the sports person, dancers, athletes, surgeons, etc. Then we talk about interpersonal. Interpersonal means that you are very good in communicating with other individuals. For example, you can talk to any XYZ person and you can have a very good bond with them. You can enter into a very comfortable relationship. Okay. So this means sensitivity to subtle aspects of others' behavior. This is the skill of understanding the motives, feelings, and behaviors of other people so as to bond with a comfortable relationship with others. Like we being psychologists, counselors have to form a very good rapport with our subject or client in order to make him or her more comfortable and solve the problems, right? So person who are very high on this kind of intelligences are social workers, religious leaders, psychologists, and counselors, right? Then we talk about intrapersonals. Whenever this intra terms come, it's like it's within you. Okay. So intrapersonal is awareness of one's own feelings, motives, and desires, which means acknowledging or analyzing your own internal strength and limitations and using knowledge effectively related to others. People who are generally high on this ability have finer sensibilities regarding their identity, human existence, and meaning of life. Example, philosophers and spiritual leaders are very high on this. Then we talk about naturalistic. Naturalistic is sensitivity to the features of the natural world. This involves complete awareness of our relationship with the natural world. It is useful in recognizing the beauty of different species of flora and fauna and making subtle discrimination in the natural world. Hunters, farmers, tourists, botanists, they are very high on this type of intelligence. So naturalistic is basically people who are pretty much aware of the fact that what kind of natural beauty we have around me, and they are aware of the facts, right? I hope this much is clear to you. I'll give you a brief summary right now. Theory of multiple intelligence was given by Howard Gardner. He said that all these intelligences are interdependent of each other. Then we talk about 8 kinds of multiple intelligences, which were linguistic. Linguistic means language related, like, right? Then we talk about logical, mathematical. Then we talk about spatial. Then we talk about musical. Then interpersonal, intrapersonal, bodily, kinesthetic, and naturalistic, right? I have shuffled the order, but yes, I have named all the 8 kind of multiple intelligences. So I'll request you, if you are very serious for this time, so do revise whatever we are doing in a very frequent manner, because if you're going to leave everything till the end, you won't be able to do it. Then we talk about Triarchic Theory of Intelligence, which was given up by whom? Robert Sternberg. He said that intelligence is the ability to adapt, to shape and select environment to accomplish one's goals and those of one's society and culture. According to this theory, there are 3 types of intelligence, that is componential, experiential, and contextual. When we talk about componential intelligence or analytical intelligence is the analysis of information in which we try to solve problems. Person who are very high on this ability, they think and analyze problem in every possible way. For example, this intelligence has 3 components. The one is knowledge acquisition, in which we try to learn that what is the problem and what are the ways of doing it. And second one, we try to find out, or we plan how we are going to achieve our goal. And in the third, which is the performance one, we try to actually do those things and achieve our motive. I repeat, there are 3 components of componential intelligence. First is knowledge acquisition, in which we try to find out the problem. Second one is meta or higher order thinking, in which we plan out the solution to our problem. Then we talk about the third one, which is performance one, in which we actually try to do things, right? After this, we talk about experiential or creative, in which we try to use our past experiences to, solve our problems, right? And those experiences are used very creatively, for example, to make new innovations and discoveries. For example, Graham Bell made the first telephone, but nowadays we are not using telephones which are made by him. We are using enhanced telephones, and every year something advanced than the previous one is coming. So this is an example of experiential intelligence. Then we talk about, last but not the least, contextual intelligence. When we talk about contextual or practical intelligence, this is known as speed smartness or business sense, in which a person has the ability to deal with the environmental demands. Environmental demands in what context? On a very daily basis, right? Person high on this aspect easily adapt to their present environment to select a more favorable environment than the existing one. We try to modify the environment to fit their needs. Therefore, they turn out to be successful in life. Here, they are trying to make environment in such a way, they just stay away from negativity, and they try to do stuff in such a way that they can do their hard work in a very effective manner, and they can become successful in life. So this was all about Sternberg's triarchic theory. After this, there was PASS model, which was planning, attention, arousal, and simultaneous successive planning. This model was developed by J.P. Das, Jack McLeary, and Kirby. These 3 are interdependent neurological functioning, which are known as functional units of brain. The units of PASS model are arousal, attention, coding, processing, and planning. When we talk about arousal or attention, state of arousal is basic to any behavior as it helps us to attend to stimuli. For example, if I come along with that, I have a test tomorrow. My arousal will be that how would I, try to, how will I analyze the chapters? How will I revise? What are things I have to do? My attention will come to reading, learning, and revising all the contents of the chapter, right? So this is what this is attention. Then we talk about simultaneous and successive planning. So when we talk about simultaneous processing, it takes place when you perceive the relation among various concepts and integrate them into a meaningful pattern. For example, when we were in our earlier classes, we have seen match the patterns. So what we do is we analyze the complete pattern and we find out the perfect, the most perfect solution to the fourth one. So this is what this is. Simultaneous processing, okay, and Revan's progressive matrices, which many of you will be doing in your practicals, I guess, will be able to figure it out. Then we talk about successive processing, which means that you remember everything serially. That means learning of digits, learning of alphabets, learning of multiplication of tables. Then we talk about planning. Planning is a very essential feature. After the information is attended, the arousal arises, Then we plan out things like what is your schedule, how will you set goals, what type of schedule you will do, what clarifications you have given to yourself in terms of doing. The past processes operate on a knowledge base developed either formally or informally from the environment. These processes are interactive and dynamic in nature. That means every step, like arousal, processing, planning, arousal, simultaneous, everything is related, though interdependent, and has a very important role in achieving the goal, right? These processes are interactive and dynamic in nature, yet each has its own distinctive functions. Bass and Naglieri have also developed a battery of tests, which is known as cognitive assessment system. It consists of verbal as well as non-verbal tasks, which are independent of schooling. The battery of tests is meant for students or individuals who are of age group 5 to 18. The results of assessment can be used to remedy cognitive deficits of children with learning problems. For example, many of us are aware of the fact, like Faris Ameerpur had a child who was suffering from dyslexia. So here we try to find out that why the children is lagging behind as compared to other individuals, right? So this is it for today. We won't be doing any further topics for today. In case you have liked the video, please like, share, and subscribe along with your friends. In case you have any comments or suggestions, please write it down in the chat box. I will also be uploading my Instagram link. You can follow me there as well. You can also write down in the comment section what all next topics do you want. Anything which you would like to share, any counseling session if you need, anything which you, apart from studies, we need to discuss, can also be uploaded. Thank you.